Hello everybody. We are going to do a tutorial on the daily calendar. I made a video a few days ago about a calendar that I had made for my dad, and I asked in the comments if they wanted to see the tutorial on how to put it together. And so I spent about an hour or so today putting all the labels together and everything, so I wouldn't have to do the whole thing for you, because I always like to give you the file accessible to you even after I show you how. And I lost it. As you notice up here, it says Untitled. Somewhere between here, making the photograph of the screen, and saving it, it did not save. So we get to do it together today. And that's a good thing. It gets to look a little bit different. Probably just a little bit. Okay, we're going to start off with one screen. We open up Design Space, and the way that I did it, because I wanted it done very quickly, was I went to the cartridges. I clicked on cartridges, and then I typed in the word planner. Okay, and I took, they have several here, and these are really good for planner stickers or that sort of thing, but I took the cutie planner pieces, and all of the ones that were printable, if you look right here, all of these I put into the screen. Well, there we go. And then I printed them out as a print and cut, and I adjusted the size. And when I did, it took 6 sheets to print it. But now I have a calendar, a daily calendar for my dad on, so he can keep up with what day it is. You know, having dementia, being 92, we tend to forget things. And if I'm asked what day it is once, then I'm probably asked 100 times each day. And this calendar has helped. It helped tremendously the first day or two. But then it became, what day is tomorrow? And you could say just get him a big calendar. No, it doesn't work that way. So I grabbed all, and you see them as they're coming up down here. I grabbed all of the months and the days that were printable. At first I did it the other way, and of just the ones, I was just going to do purple ones and let the machine write it out before it cut. And I think I got them all. We'll see in a minute. And I got to thinking about it. Oh, how did I get shopping in there? Anyway, I got to thinking about it, and if I did that on paper, I would have to laminate them and use sticky, and I discussed all this in the other video. Okay, what I'm going to do very quickly is separate them out, or try to. And I'm going to do it a very unusual way. And do you hear that whining? I knew the minute I came out here to the studio this would happen. Yes, Coda wants outside. So, okay. Let me go do that. It's not going to take but 2 seconds to walk over to the door and let him out, and then in a few minutes I'll have to let him back in. Coda, tell everybody hello. Okay. Now, what I just did was I brought one of the objects over here to about 32 inches. Then I'm going to go up here to select all, and I'm going to align everything to the left first so I can see what I have and if I have everything. And then, while it's still selected, I'm going to distribute it vertically, and look what happens. Okay, we can get rid of this one right off the bat. Oh, we got to unselect. Okay, and I'm going to pull all the pink ones out. And I could go over here and just select them this way by holding the control key. And I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to click on the gray, hold down my control key, and click on all of the pink ones so that it selects those. And I don't have to go over here and search. For them. Notice I just zoomed out by moving my mouse. If you don't know that trick, it's one that we do in other programs. It's actually your computer. Okay, I think I got them all. No, it selected all of them. Okay, and I think that has to do with my OBS running. Okay, let's go back to the old-fashioned way. Pull them all out. Okay, and I didn't bother trying to make these all the same size. Like I said, this was something I wanted quickly. Okay, I think what I'll do now with the green, whoops, I can't hit select all this time, but I can get it on the screen enough to where I can select them, hopefully, by, there we go. Okay, now again, I'm going to try to distribute them vertically. Okay, do you hear Coda? He's wanting back in. He doesn't yell as loud as the other one. We have Shih Tzus. Love our Shih Tzus. They are family. They're fur babies. They're not animals. Okay. Have I got everything? I don't see a January. Okay, February, March. I don't see an April. May, June, July, August. Don't see a September. So what I need to do, let me make sure I got all my days here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, we've got all the days. Okay, I'm going to go over to images. And what did I just say I don't have? January, September. There was another one, April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'd be 3. Okay, go to images. I said go to images. And we're going to find those other printables that I didn't get. We could just pull up the others and make them printables. But we can do this. Okay, we're looking for April. And I believe it was September. Okay, insert. Okay, then I needed dates. Because if I was going to put the month, I thought, well, I'll be able to keep up better myself if I have the dates on there. And he has a hard time seeing it on his watch. So I went in there and I did 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 6 space, 7 space, 8, 9, 0, 1, because of the 11 and 19s and all that. 1 and a 2, and I also made a 3, but you don't need one. Okay, and then I picked a font, and I picked a multi-layer one, so I could, it made it a little bit easier to see. Let me see if I can find another one quickly here. Let's see what those numbers look like. No, a little bit too odd shape. Let's go ahead and leave it big. Multi-layer, because you're printing and cutting, so you can flatten these. And I shouldn't be so particular. But yeah, really I should. Okay, here's the one that looks good. Birthday cakes. And when I pull it up, of course, it has one hidden. So, and you can change these to any color you want by clicking on the colors over here. And the black, make it purple if you wanted. Okay, and that way you've got a little bit more color. Now, what we could do is flatten all of this, but then it's not going to cut out the individual numbers. So what we have to do now is go to the advanced and ungroup them to letters. And if you'll see over here in your layers panel, it pulled them all up that way. So now you've got to click on each one and flatten it. You want everything to be a print. And cut. So by flattening it, it becomes one unit instead of 2 colors. And now it's going to cut out just the outside shape. Now I used, just because I wanted something quick, I used a 9 by 13 88-cent baking sheet that I found at Walmart, and I think I said Hobby Lobby on the video. Okay, let's see, what else is missing over here? Both of these are print. Oh, they have to be flattened too because they're showing up as two things. Let's see. Let's save it first. I'm going to have so many calendar dailies. So I'll know that this is the one from the cartridge. Okay. Checking all my numbers real quick. They're all the way they should be. Now, what if we went over here to make it? What would happen? There's no letters here. So they do have to be flattened. See, this is the perfect example right here. Even though it said it was a print, you still have to flatten them. Now, if you want to keep them all the same color, just go through here and select one at a time and flatten. But that's not what I did, and I'm going to show you in the next video exactly what I did. And I did it by clicking on the color here. And let's see, where's October? We're going to go ahead and we're going to go up here to patterns. And we'll just change this one just to show you. I don't want to spend money for it. So I'm going to grab that one right there just to show you. Notice now it is definitely a print and cut, but it still doesn't have the word October on it until we flatten. So see how it's got October with the yellow background? And then flatten. Okay, that's the way you would do it if you're doing the planner labels here. But I'm going to undo it and just go ahead and have these all flattened for you. If you want to do it on this design, all you would have to do, like right there I just did the February, is go down here and unflatten, and it would separate it back out to where it's the writing and the color for you. Being very careful to select just what. And if you're watching the layers over here while I do this, see it's showing which ones I select. And when I flatten, and I'll show you in a minute how we're going to go back and we're going to check to make sure all of them now will be a cut and print. Print and cut. Sorry about that. Making videos in the evening, I talk slower than most people. I have the Texas twang. I lived in Florida for a while, down in the Coral Gables area before it was wiped out back in the, let's see, it'd be the, I think, early 90s. By hurricane, but they rebuilt. I was in West Coral Gables, actually. Okay, and then we want to do the same thing to the days. And I'm sorry this is very repetitive. But guess who wants me to come to bed? That is her let's go to bed bark. Penny, do you want outside first? It's the other Shih Tzu. She's 14 years old and she's spoiled. Coda was a rescue. We got very fortunate to get Coda. And we've already flattened these. So now when I scan through here, everything is print and cut. I'm going to save real quick. And I will put this on my Huntress Habits Patreon party Facebook group. And I've also put it on patreon.com on a PDF. Or I will be putting it where you can find it there also if you don't want to join the party. Okay, here we go. Now this is taking 10 mats. You don't want to buy 3 packs of magnetics to get 3 packs unless you just want this really huge. So I'm going to cancel. And let's see how big this is. 8 by 8. Whoa. That's about how I did them, but I think I made these much smaller, and my letters were probably smaller. So let me grab them first, and we just shrink them up. There. They're almost 1.5 inches that way. Now I'm going to go ahead and group those together, just so in case I have to move them later, I don't have to do that. Okay, and I'm going to shrink all of these. Oh, I left the days fairly big on mine because I wanted him to see that first off. But I don't think I had it quite that big. So we're going to take it down to about 7 inches. And of course, you can change them whatever size you want once you get them. Oh, I'm not grabbing all of those. We're going to go, well, we can't do 7 because I've got that January and, okay, real quick here, Trisha. Let's move them out of the way. Grab as many as we can. Change it to 7. And that one's under 7 and that one's under 7. So get a little bit more proportion to the size of the others. Okay. Oh, September's still too big. Okay. Save again. I love programs that save as you go, like Google Docs. Okay, let's make it now and see what happens. Now it's only 7 mats, so we probably could shrink some more, and I will work on that before I released it. And actually, I think it looks like we could probably move some. Let's see if we can move this. No, it's not going to let us individually grab them. So the size itself will have to be changed. So let's take them to 6. And we're going to go ahead and do our letters a little bit smaller. maybe 1 inch. And these just a little bit smaller. Go to the 6. Okay, and it looks like it didn't grab these a while ago, so let's do those down to 6. Okay, you'll see a big difference now. We'll save. And like I said, you can enlarge these and do what you want. But I just want you to check, because you don't want to end up, unless you get a 10-pack. And there's one other thing I'd like to show you before I start making the others. And I won't make them all on the video like I did all of these. But look here now, and you're actually using more of your paper. You know, a print and cut, one object can only be no bigger than a 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. But look how much of your sheet you're going to be using if you adjust the sizes, and you're only using 5 mats. That way you're only printing this. It's only going to take 5 of the magnetic sheets. Oh, I would shrink it just a little bit more to get that February up here. Wouldn't that be worth it? That is definitely going to be worth it. 5.5. See if it made a difference. Let's just go ahead and look. 5 mats still. Okay, so we're going to have to do it on the calendar side. Well, we're going to take it to 5.5, and then we'll group the rest. Just so they're uniform for you in the file. If I was ordering some magnetic sheets from Cricut, I think there are 3 sheets to a package. If I was buying them in store from Walmart, they are 3 sheets to a package, because when I researched them online, they were 5 sheets is what they advertised. But then when I got to the store, it was 3 sheets, just like Cricut's. And the price, when the Cricut ones are on sale, they're about the same. And I think we've got it now to where it's going to be 5 sheets. You can order them from Amazon. And, you know, they're here in 2 days if you're a Prime member. Okay, we're down to 4 mats. That's worth it to do a little bit of shrinking. Okay, like I said, the ones that I did in the first video was 6, because I was buying 2 packages of 3 each. So I went ahead and used all of them. Now, one other thing I wanted to tell you, when you go to do a print and cut, your machine may print fine. Mine doesn't. For some reason, the computer and my printer don't jive together when it comes to Design Space. So what I have to do is go down here and save to Microsoft Print to a PDF. And then I print that PDF separate. When I hit print now, it's not going to the printer. What it's doing is saving it to my computer. And I will tell it where to save. It's trying to hook up with my machine now. Okay. See, it brings up my loads. I'm going to put it in Documents, and I'm going to put Tutorial. Well, if I click on it, Calendar, Tutorial 1, because it's the first page. And then I click on Save. Okay, and then you set your material to view all. Then you would do each page like this. When I pull up the second page, you send it to printer, and then again, Microsoft Print to PDF. Same way. Now, since my computer doesn't jive with my printer through the design space, instead of even printing it from the PDF here, what I do is send them to my drop box, drop boxes right down here. And then I print it from my phone. And that way I can sit in there and watch it as it prints, because it is in a different location. It's not out here in the studio, because the floor in the studio, I would have to level the stand, and the stand has anyway, long story. Okay, but you've got the drift on how to do that, and that would be anytime you go to print and cut. That way you can print it from anything. If you're wanting to take it to Staples or Office Max, Office Depot, whatever's called in your area, by saving it to that PDF, putting it in a Dropbox or on a flash drive, then you can print it from anywhere you want to print it. Then bring it back to your Cricut machine and let it cut. It's going to read those lines correctly and cut as long as you're open in the program. So don't forget to save. Okay, now let's go to the next one. And the first thing I did on that, I made my little boxes. So I went to shapes. I got a square. And I got a circle. And I'm just going to make that circle a different color so I can see what I'm doing. And I duplicated that circle. And I put it on each end of the square. And then I selected them all, align them to the center. Oh, wrong way. Okay. I got to undo, 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 undo. I want to align them to the bottom. Okay, then I want to weld them together. Now, this is fairly huge this way. It's 3 inches. You don't need it that big. We just found out with the print and cut. So if you unlock this box, and make it a little bit more workable, it's going to change the ends to where they're more oval, and that looks presentable. I would probably actually do a 4x1. Okay, then I'm going to change that color to a color that I would work with. And now I'm going to duplicate it. How many times? Let's see. I'm doing the weeks right now. I mean the days. 1, 2, the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There should be 7 of them here. Take that a little bit further down. Let's shrink it a little bit. And we're going to select all. Okay, we're going to align it to the left, and then we're going to align, distribute it vertically. So much easier than trying to do it ourselves. Okay, then I'm just going to select one and duplicate it, because we're going to do our months the same way in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to save that pattern for the months. Now, you could go in and do, if you wanted points at the end, you could use a triangle or a diamond. If you wanted octagon on the end, If you wanted it to look like a bone, you could put a heart there. So it's your choice on how you want to make this bottom panel. Okay, then I went through and I typed Monday, Tuesday, and notice I'm going to a new line with each one of these. I think this is how I did this one. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, I'm done. Now, I can't move all of those over there and then link them together. Let me pull it up some. You know, I could lay it on top and try to fit them together. I've still got a little ways, Dad.
Huh?
I've still got a little bit more time.
You got a little bit done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still recording.
Huh?
Still recording.
You're
Tell my dad hello. Yes.
Okay.
Tell him hello.
I'm going to bed.
Okay. Good night.
And I love you.
Love you too. Sleep well.
Huh?
Sleep well.
I'm planning on it.
Okay. Okay, because we have it all selected now, we can go over here and pick our font out. You want something readable?
I can't understand you, so
It's okay. I'm talking to the computer, remember? And you could do all of these in capitals. I think I actually did the first round. Okay. Now, what I want to do, select that again, and I'm going to ungroup it to lines. So now they're all individual. Whoops, we're going to have to start at the bottom. Put Sunday on top of there, select both of these, go up here to Align Center, and then flatten. Saturday. Saturday's a little bit big, so you want to shrink it down just a little bit. You'll have to do the same with Wednesday, I believe. Then select both of those and center and flatten. Okay, you got my drift on that? I am going to finish this up on my own, but since y'all saw me do the flattening and everything on the other one, I don't think you need to watch me. You didn't watch me center it first, though. So maybe need to do a little bit more of that. Align, center. Oh, did I flatten that one? I don't think so. Notice over here when you flatten them, watch this one when I do it. Well, okay, I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to align it. And then flatten. It automatically becomes that print and cut, and it no longer is two entities. They are joined together until you were to unflatten them. Okay, this Tuesday looks a little big. Shrink it just a little bit. Center it. And then flatten. See, now if I wanted to, I could unflatten it. And then Monday. Now Monday's going to be a little bit of an issue unless I move Monday. So what I'm going to do is select it here, and then I'm going to find, hopefully this is the right one. Oh, it grouped it with that one. We need to group it with, okay, Monday. I'm good, I could do that. Let's see, pull it down. But you need to know how to do it the other way too. So select Monday. This is the right purple area. So we whoop. There's both selected. It says so over here. We're going to center them. There. And now flatten. And then go ahead and put it over here. It's no longer writing. It is strictly a print now. Now, for the ease of not being able to see with too much stuff on the screen, we are going to blacken all these out by clicking on the eyes and work with this one. And I'm just going to do January and February. Okay? And you could type out your January and February all the way down. So, doesn't matter if you do one at a time or 10 at a time. Okay, January. And it still is a cut, so I'm going to go over here and change it to a print. And then I'm going to go to patterns. And I'm going to filter it to where I only see the free ones, the Cricut Access ones, and the ones I have purchased. And when that happens, whoops, I do this all the time, guys, and it does that all the time. I go to patterns. I've still got the 3 filters up, but I wanted one more filter. I want to filter it to pink. So, well, I did it again. Learn from my mistakes. Don't copy me. Okay, now I've got the Access ones I'm subscribed to. There's some purchased ones in here. But everything has a pink in it. Okay? You can pick any color scheme you want. Maybe you want blues and greens. Okay, and for January, let's just pick one. There's one with snowflakes. And it's got scissors. Is that the snow? That's the snowflake one. But there's one with snowflakes and scissors too. And look what happens. Okay, now let's put our text in there. January. We're still doing brush strokes. You've got the same font. Of course, it needs to be a little bit smaller. I think this might fit. You make them any size you want. Then I'm going to select a line by centering it and flatten it. Okay? Now normally I would duplicate that. I wouldn't have kept this second one there. Wait, I would have duplicated it before I put the word on there. So it's good I did that. Let's do February now. Okay, February, where are you? Right here, weld results. And we're going to, this is what I want to show you. We're going to change it to print. Go to a pattern. And there's a real neat one with Valentine's that I like. Right here. Okay, it changed it, but you can't really tell what's on it. So I'm going to go down here to edit. And I'm going to change the scale of the pattern that is on here. To right about there. Okay. Then close out of here. And you see the difference that it made? Now, we are at a print and cut before we ever add that word. So now is when you want to duplicate. Okay. Then add your February. Did I spell it right? Yes. Whoop. Select them, align them, center them, and flatten. Okay, then we go on with March. To change this pattern, all I have to do is click on the selected one that's over here. Whatever's selected here is selected here. And we would go find one for March. The March winds. How about that? Now, this is where you duplicate before you put that writing on there. Okay? We select it, and then we change the pattern. And this is for, oh, we've got to put the writing on there. Sorry, I'm a step ahead of myself. March. Center. Oh, we got to select the two. We got to have two objects to center. And then flatten. Okay, and then you do your numbers the same way. Remember, if you do a multi-layer number, you have to flatten it also. But I will finish this out, and then I will have that design also. Let's say by tomorrow, or let's say by Friday. Okay. And before I forget, right now, calendar, daily, with no cartridge. And we're going to hope it doesn't spin for an hour like the other one did. There we go. And of course, before I print, you know, unblock all your blocked objects here. And then you would make it. See, we've got 5 on the sheet right now. And we've still got more on the sheet to go. So you probably, by making them more uniform like this, where you make each one, or where I'm going to make each one, then it would take less magnetic sheets. But, you know, I was doing it for my dad. If you were doing it for a child, this would be a great size. Help them learn their days before they get in the classroom. Okay, have a great day. I will see you, let's see, today is Wednesday, January 31st. It'll probably be released in 2 days for the person that was wanting it. Hope I helped some others out. Please like if you learned something. If you didn't, then please don't hit the unlike or dislike. Share and subscribe. Huntress Habits. And you can always join me at Huntress Habits on Patreon.com also and support my work. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Oops. seems like I would learn after the 60-something video.